Evening. Day 12, or video 12 today. I didn't make a video over the weekend. I had my mate Ben staying over. And we basically spent most of our time catching up with um, a TV show called Squid Game, which was quite interesting. Um, there's been me myself, I've been a little bit more positive as opposed to how I was before. Um, Still not great. Um, there's been a few things that's kind of, you know, bothered me, I guess. I've not been able to go to the gym because, like a tit, I managed to lose my wallet. So I'm not rocking up to a gym, turning around and saying, oh yeah, can I pay my dues next week? So Monday, I'm going back. Also lost my bus pass there as well. Did find it, but by that point I'd already cancelled it. So there it is. Um, there's been a few other things as well, conversations that I've had with people that's kind of blown my head a little bit. But rather than wallowing in it, being a bit more kind of willing to, you know, not let things get to me to the point where I'm at a standstill. Um, I think it was yesterday I was having a day where I was trying to be positive, rather than letting the negative thoughts kind of run through my head and go, kind of just let them run, saying, but wait, there is positivity going on at the moment, things are happening. And I found myself kind of getting beaten over the head with the negativity. It's like every time I come up with something positive, within 10 minutes, I can feel my head absolutely throbbing. Um, but I'm trying, so that's good. Uh, Julia was here for the weekend, although she didn't stay here. She stayed at a friend's house because obviously my house is a war zone right now. The kitchen works, which is almost done. My kitchen's looking really good. I'm really pleased with this. Um, so yeah, things are improving slowly. Um, I'm just looking forward to getting my home back to some sort of kind of normality again. Um, Spoke to my dad as well yesterday. I'm a wee bit worried about him. I can't really put a finger on it at the moment. All I know is that right now he's he's repeating himself a lot, forgetting things. Um, it's a worrying time. It could be nothing, but it's enough to make you kind of go, well, okay, maybe there's more to this. Maybe there is something going on. Um, as I say, I had Ben staying over. He stayed until Tuesday, and we sat and watched Squid Game. Uh, First up, what a show! Just absolutely mind blowing. Um, I've always said that your Japanese film and TV industry, your South Koreans, you know, um, from what I've seen, they always seem to know how to kind of push boundaries far better than I think the likes of America here. We're a bit behind them. Um, in terms of thoughts, uh, I'm not going to give away any spoilers. I'm not going to sit and talk about what people do and or whatever. But it touches upon quite a lot of things that resonate with me. First things first. It really hits home that the older you get, the more you miss your childhood. The simplicity of it. The fact that you can wake up in the morning, get your breakfast, and then spend the whole day, climbing up sand dunes or exploring old houses or climbing trees. You know, and every day is an adventure. When you're an adult, it's not possible to do that because there's expectations. There's things that you are looked to, you're looked at, for having to do. That really resonated with me. I've taken a real interest in a saying called hireath, which is Welsh. I first came across it when I was reading a book on the Manic Street Preachers Holy Bible album. And in this book, the writer contends that, for all the ferocity and um, downright nastiness in that record, you know, um, you have this real kind of loss of something that may or may not have been real, and it goes through the whole record. And I think it actually kind of resonates to a greater or lesser extent in most of the Manic Street Preachers' work. Squid Game really brought that home to me, because at the end of it, when you're an adult, like me, I'm 43 at the moment. You're kind of you're caught up in the whole. You have a rose tinted view of what your childhood was. You tend to believe that your childhood was this absolutely perfect haven of joy and nothing ever went wrong. When the reality was, you know, there were days when you whether like from my perspective, like I used to get, I would get punished for quite often the slightest thing. Um, sent to my bed for a week, hot arse, grounded. You know, um, there were times when it wasn't good, but your mind tells you that actually, in the scheme of things, your childhood wasn't that bad. And the overarching thing with that is that your childhood is exactly as I described it. It's an adventure. You're doing things out. Even the things like sitting in school, and you're sitting, you would think you would be bored absolutely out your tree learning the six times table, but in reality, when you're an adult, you're looking back in that and going, wow, I remember Willie Cameron pretending he's blowing himself up because the teacher's doing his tits in, you know, so it's stuff like that. It's like, wow. I was speaking to the guy that was fitting my kitchen today, and I actually told him about a guy, John Gordon, who was in my class. He had been to see a Sepultura, and the following day, the register's getting taken, and the teacher's going, John Gordon? No answer. John Gordon? No, nothing. And she's just about to say it again. He literally kicked the door open and starts screaming, Via Sepultura from Brazil territory! Right, and then he walked up, he was doing that, doing the sound effects, walked up to his desk, sat down. His arms were absolutely black and blue, he'd been in the mosh pit and everything. We all just sat there absolutely creaming ourselves. The teachers just didn't know where to look. When you're a child, you don't think about stuff like that. You're just like, oh well. It was, yeah. You do. You look back on a lot of that, and you're like, yeah. And I think Squid Game kind of showed you that really it's important to remember that for what it is. You know, um, and take part in life. Um, that's one thing that I don't think I've done enough of. A lot of times I think I've run scared. Uh, you know, Another part of it, obviously, if you want to look at the whole class system, how it works, you're looking at the way that, it's a certain strata of society looks down on everybody else and believes that they're nothing but cattle or horses. Or whatever. There's that as well. Um, the fact that anybody can come good in the same way as anybody can come bad. It was a real eye opener of a show, and it was so well done. I would strongly recommend to anybody, they need to see this. Just because, and there's even little funny bits of it, it's just like, even in the midst of all that horror and insanity, there's little bits where you're just like, oh, but did they just do that? Um, that was my weekend. Spending time with Ben, as always, is fantastic. We debate a lot. Um, we talk a lot about things that are important to us both, and you know, um, our methods for liking certain things could be different, but we tend to arrive at the same kind of, roughly the same kind of destination when we're conversing, which is always good. Um, anyway, um, like I say, I'm feeling okay at the moment. I'm not. I'm not giving myself a hard time, which is good. Um, you know, so long may it continue for at least the next couple of days. Anyway, we'll see. Um, anyway, night night, everyone. Love you all. Bye.